So after a decade of trying to keep America dry, Prohibition finally ended. But why? And what came after? So, by the early 1930s, it was clear that Prohibition was failing. Crime was higher than ever, drinking was still common, and the government was wasting money trying to enforce the law. Well, then came the Great Depression. Suddenly, the US was desperate. They needed jobs and they needed tax revenue. Re-legalizing alcohol seemed like a quick fix. Alcohol sales would create new jobs and pump money into the economy, which is what we needed. Public opinion had also flipped. At first, people supported Prohibition as a moral cause. But after years of speakeasies, crime, Americans saw it as a disaster. And politicians finally listened. In 1933, they passed the 21st Amendment. It repealed the 18th Amendment, which brought on Prohibition. It was the first and only time in US history that one constitutional amendment repealed another. And almost overnight, alcohol sales had regained traction in the United States, although states could set their own rules. Some stayed dry for decades after Prohibition had lifted, but for most of the country, booze was back. And the legacy of Prohibition is kind of complicated. It showed that creating laws on morality on such a massive scale just doesn't work. And it often has unintended consequences, like fueling organized crime. But it also reshaped American culture, from nightlife to law enforcement to politics to bringing us the great sport of NASCAR. So was Prohibition a total failure, or was it a costly lesson? You decide.